1968, a golden year for American muscle. 5 cars stood above the rest, ruling the quarter mile with raw power, thunderous engines, and unmatched speed. These weren't just cars, they were legends in motion. Number 5, the Hurst/Olds. While Pontiac often grabs the spotlight when people talk about GM's performance heritage, it was actually Oldsmobile that fired the first real shot in that battle. Known traditionally for crafting refined and sophisticated vehicles, Oldsmobile took a bold detour into the world of performance during the mid-1960s, and what they created turned out to be truly extraordinary. Arriving halfway through the model year, the Cutlass-based 442 quickly built a reputation as a fierce competitor both on the street and at the drag strip. By 1966, it had earned the title of quarter-mile champion. Even after dropping to second place the following year, it continued to prove that Oldsmobile was fully capable of producing a muscle car that demanded respect. Then came 1968, a major turning point. General Motors completely overhauled its A-body lineup, and Oldsmobile took full advantage of the redesign to raise the stakes once more. The new 442 was impressive on its own, but what followed soon after would secure Oldsmobile's name in the Muscle Car Hall of Fame. To get around GM's internal rule that restricted midsize cars to 400 cubic inches, Oldsmobile joined forces with the legendary Hurst Performance. The partnership gave birth to the iconic Hurst/Olds, a car that managed to bend the rules without officially breaking them. Built from the foundation of the 1968 442, the Hurst/Olds stood out instantly thanks to its bold silver and black paint scheme. But the real story was under the hood. Hurst equipped each car with a massive 455 cubic inch Oldsmobile Rocket V8, pumping out 390 horsepower and a staggering 500 lb-ft of torque. By having the engines installed at Hurst's facility instead of GM's, Oldsmobile cleverly dodged the company's 400 cubic inch restriction. At the drag strip, the Hurst/Olds didn't quite seize the title of the fastest intermediate car of its day, but it came incredibly close. According to Superstock and Drag Illustrated magazine's August 1968 test, it ripped through the quarter mile in just 13.71 seconds at a little over 102 miles per hour. It might not have been the outright quickest, but the 1968 Hurst/Olds proved something greater, that Oldsmobile could perfectly combine luxury, style, and raw muscle in a way few others could match. It also marked the beginning of one of the most legendary collaborations in American muscle car history. Number 4, Chevrolet Chevelle SS396 L78. Just like Oldsmobile's 442 and the rest of GM's A-body lineup, the Chevrolet Chevelle received a total makeover for the 1968 model year. And what a transformation it was! The squared-off, conservative design of earlier years was gone, replaced by a bold, curvaceous fastback look that screamed performance. Whether in coupe or convertible form, the new Chevelle SS looked every bit like a machine built to dominate the streets. While the exterior styling was all new, what sat beneath the hood was familiar territory, and that was exactly what enthusiasts wanted. The Chevelle SS continued to be powered by Chevrolet's trusted 396 cubic inch turbojet V8, an engine already proven in battle. The base L35 version delivered a solid 325 horsepower, and the mid-level L34 pushed that number to 350. But the crown jewel of the lineup was the ferocious L78, an engine name that had been thrilling muscle car fans ever since it first appeared in the 1965 Malibu SS Z16. Reintroduced for 1968, the L78 transformed the Chevelle into a street-legal missile. Packing 375 horsepower and 415 lb-ft of torque, this wasn't just a quick car, it was one of the most powerful vehicles you could drive off a Chevrolet lot. According to Popular Hot Rodding magazine's June 1968 test, the Chevelle SS396 L78 ripped through the quarter mile in 13.6 seconds at 105 miles per hour, blistering numbers for its day. Performance like that placed the Chevelle shoulder to shoulder with legends like the GTO and the Roadrunner, proving once again that Chevrolet knew exactly how to build a world-class muscle car. The 1968 Chevelle SS396 wasn't merely a redesign, it was a rebirth, a bold statement that helped define the golden era of American high performance. Number 3, Ford Mustang 428 Cobra Jet. When Ford introduced the Mustang midway through the 1964 model year, it didn't just release another car, it created an entirely new automotive movement. The Mustang became an instant phenomenon, winning over the public with its sleek, European-influenced styling, near-endless personalization choices, and an affordable price tag that put it within reach of almost everyone. Despite its sporty looks and fun-to-drive nature, the early versions weren't exactly brimming with raw power, but that was about to change. Over the next few years, Ford gradually began injecting more muscle into its beloved pony car. Larger and stronger V8 engines started showing up on the options list, and by 1967, the Mustang received its first major redesign, one specifically engineered to make room for serious big-block performance. Then came 1968, the year the Mustang truly bared its teeth. Ford first rolled out a special lightweight drag racing edition fitted with the mighty 427 cubic inch big block. But only months later, they took it one step further by introducing the brand new 428 Cobra Jet V8, an engine that would forever define the Mustang's high-performance legacy. Officially rated at a modest 335 horsepower and 445 lb-ft of torque, the Cobra Jet's real output was widely believed to be much higher. Regardless, it completely transformed the Mustang from a stylish daily driver into a full-fledged street predator. When Hot Rod magazine put the Cobra Jet to the test, the results were jaw-dropping: 13.56 seconds in the quarter mile at an incredible 106.6 miles per hour. Those numbers proved what enthusiasts had suspected all along: Ford's pony car had evolved far beyond its humble beginnings. With the 428 Cobra Jet, the Mustang was no longer just a beautiful face, it had the power, presence, and performance to stand toe-to-toe with the best muscle cars of its time. Ford hadn't just built a car, it had built a legend. Number 2, Dodge Hemi Charger R/T. The 1968 model year marked a turning point in Dodge's history, the arrival of the second-generation Charger. With its sleek fastback profile, hidden headlights, and bold, aggressive stance, it wasn't just another automobile. It was a symbol of power and style, instantly recognizable, effortlessly cool. The redesigned Charger became one of the most celebrated American cars of its time, and in R/T trim, it earned its place among true muscle car royalty. But the real thrill began when you selected the ultimate engine option, the legendary 426 Hemi, affectionately known as the Elephant engine for its massive size and unstoppable force. Originally engineered to dominate NASCAR, this colossal big block was so dominant on the track that Chrysler had to create a street version in 1966 to meet homologation requirements. Beneath the hood of the Charger R/T, the 426 Hemi stood as a monument to pure mechanical power. Featuring twin 4-barrel Carter AFB carburetors, it was officially rated at 425 horsepower and 490 lb-ft of torque, though anyone familiar with it knows those numbers were modest, to say the least. Dodge didn't just drop in a powerhouse engine and call it a day. The R/T package came with reinforced suspension and upgraded chassis components to manage all that brutal performance. The outcome was one of the most menacing and capable muscle machines you could buy in the late 60s. When Car and Driver magazine tested a Hemi-powered 1968 Charger, their reviewers were both exhilarated and slightly intimidated. In the November 1968 issue, they recorded a quarter-mile time of 13.5 seconds, crossing the traps at 105 miles per hour, an astonishing figure for the era. The 68 Charger R/T wasn't merely fast, it was Dodge's bold declaration that raw strength and refined beauty could exist in perfect harmony. It became an enduring symbol of the golden age of muscle cars, a machine that didn't just move fast, but made history every time it roared to life. Number 1, Mercury Cougar XR7 GTE 428 Cobra Jet. In 1967, Ford's Lincoln Mercury division set out to bring a new level of class to the growing pony car segment, something with a bit more refinement and sophistication. The result was the Mercury Cougar, a stylish and upscale alternative to the Mustang. At first, many dismissed it as just a fancier version of Ford's bestseller, but it didn't take long for the Cougar to prove it was far more than a simple badge-engineered Mustang. Though it shared the same basic platform, the Cougar distinguished itself with a longer wheelbase, an elegant, high-quality interior, and sleek, European-inspired design lines that gave it a mature and luxurious personality. This was more than just another muscle car, it was a refined statement of power and style. By 1968, the top-tier XR7 trim carried that same balance of performance and prestige. It featured premium upholstery, exclusive instrumentation, and amenities that made it feel closer to a grand touring car than a raw street racer. But Mercury had bigger ambitions, and halfway through the year, they introduced something truly special, the GTE package. Created to homologate the Cougar for NASCAR racing, the GTE was no showpiece, it was the real deal. While the competition models used Ford's legendary 427 cubic inch FA engine, the production cars were fitted with the brand new 428 Cobra Jet V8. With a factory rating of 335 horsepower, this powerhouse engine completely transformed the Cougar's personality, turning it from a sophisticated cruiser into a legitimate muscle machine ready to take on Detroit's fiercest rivals. And when Superstock and Drag Illustrated tested it in August 1968, the results spoke for themselves. The Cobra Jet-powered Cougar tore through the quarter mile in 13.23 seconds at a trap speed of 103.4 miles per hour. Those figures didn't just make waves, they made history. The Mercury Cougar GTE claimed the title of the quickest muscle car of 1968, proving once and for all that luxury and raw performance could live side by side in a single, breathtaking package.